So, ladies and gentlemen, the next piece is a short film, which we will now magically do here. It is a short film called The Rules by Ed Grainger. So give it a big warm welcome, please. Thank you.
Scene 1. Interior, kitchen, night. A manicured hand swipes at a phone screen before reaching out for another chocolate digestive. A steaming mug of tea. On the table, a Pomodoro timer ticks down the seconds to the hour. In his basket, Hector the dog is absorbed in a life or death wrestle with a rubber stake. This gentle scene is fractured by a shout from upstairs.
Fuck!
The hand pauses before swiping again.
Jesus! What the?
Hector's brow furrows mid-chew.
Macy!
Now there are heavy feet on the stairs.
Fuck!
And Dave bursts into the kitchen, all red and flustered, gut heaving fast over his too tight jeans and waving an iPad over his head.
Macy!
As he speaks, we see Macy. Where Dave is sloppy, Macy is immaculate. Immaculately tanned, immaculately dressed, and made up within an inch of her life. She doesn't even need to look up from her screen. Just one manicured nail pointed to the still ticking timer is enough to stop him dead.
Silent hour is not yet over, David.
Beetroot-faced and pursed lips, Dave's head snaps back and forth for a moment. Then he drops heavily into a chair, glowering at her. The timer ticks. Macy swipes. The tomato goes ping. Hector beats a hasty retreat into the utility room, steak clamped in his jaws.
Now.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is what, David?
You know what the fuck I'm talking about. This. You wrote this. Don't deny it. You wrote this about me and then you posted it on Insta for the whole world to see.
Warning. Overweight, flaccid man on the prowl. Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. My husband, prowling Tinder once again, seeking brain-dead female for ego boost, sweaty sex and 16-hour sci-fi central marathons. XXL boxer briefs with skid marks, semi-erect, finishes quickly, snores, drools. What makes you think I wrote this?
Well, obviously, Sci-Fi Central!
Well, since you evidently recognise yourself from the description, I don't see what objection you can possibly have to it.
I do object. I object on the basis that what goes on between you and me is a private matter.
Disallowed. Our conduct of marriage and cohabitancy contract, which you helped draw up, clearly states that either party is free to express their views on the relationship in a public forum, barring, and I quote, obscenities and or factual inaccuracies, of which I see none.
Then it's malicious. Public acts of malice are prohibited.
Oh. But to prove malice, you'd have to demonstrate intent. Can you really claim to understand my motivation here, David? Can you? No.
Bitch.
You are out of line, David. Personal insults are not allowed. I demand that you retract that statement immediately.
Statement retracted.
Good. Now.
You're a lazy cat. Statement retracted. You dress like Katie Price's trashy sister. Statement retracted. Your face is more filler than Stevenage B&Q. Statement retracted. Your ass is visible from the International Space Station! Statement retracted!
DMZ, David, DMZ!
Dave stops glaring at her, his shoulders rising and falling. Cut to scene 2, interior, living room, night. Macy and Dave troop into the living room. Each takes hold of one end of the sofa, and they haul it back a couple of paces. Dave picks up the coffee table and moves it to one side, whilst Macy retrieves a small rubber ball from the mantel. This is a well-rehearsed procedure. They stand either end of the hearth rug, facing one another, flexing and loosening up. But there is less aggression now. These aren't prize fighters squaring up, more like a couple of acrobats limbering up for a tricky routine.
This is the demilitarized zone.
They trace a rectangle in the air around them.
Within its boundaries there are no accusations or recriminations, only valid points of view. Inside the DMZ, I promise to speak with honesty and courtesy and to listen with respect and understanding.
You go.
I'm feeling pretty hurt and betrayed right now, Macy. I mean, what you wrote about me, that wasn't nice.
He passes the ball to Macy.
I'm feeling unrepentant, David. There's nothing that I wrote that wasn't true.
She passes the ball back.
So I'm wondering how you can say that any of that libelous any of what you wrote is in any way justified.
And back again.
And I'm wondering how you could have forgotten that all the points I made, which you deemed to be so derogatory, were the agreed findings of our 5th anniversary review, which we both put our names to as fair and true, and was consequently documented as action points in the remediation plan for you to address, which you have not.
Dave's face is twisted in an impotent rage. He twists this way and that, then carefully stepping out of the DMZ, walks across the room to where a small potted palm stands on the floor. Boots it halfway to next week, crosses back and steps carefully back inside the DMZ.
Okay, but I'm thinking you didn't have to post it for everyone we know to see, did you now?
The ball changes hands, fast this time.
And I'm thinking, you must think I'm a moron if you think I don't know what sleazy chat rooms you've been trawling. I'm thinking you must think I'm really stupid if you think I don't know that Hertfordshire Ram on Only for Grown-Ups is my own David P. Patterson, whose duvet cover I just got chicken biryani stains out of. And I'm thinking that if you think I'm going to keep my mouth shut while you're trying to snare some slutty weekend hookup using the same third-rate pickup lines you used on me, then you don't really know me, David.
But we had an agreement. We agreed that in the light of my inability to meet your financial, sexual and emotional needs, we would conduct a trial separation, during which time we were free to see other people for a period not exceeding 61 days. I was only trying to find someone. We had an agreement. Why'd you do it, Mace?
Now he does throw the ball to her, but gently, and she catches it. But her mouth is closed, and her brows are furrowed. Something has cracked in Macy, and the words aren't coming.
I panicked. I was lying there in bed, listening to you snort and gurgle, and I thought, what if I can't find somebody else who understands the rules?
Christ, Mace. What are we going to do?
Fade out.